Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where today I'm reviewing the 11th Doctor Matt Smith episode, Hide, from Series 7. Now, I wasn't actually going to do this, but then I thought, it's Halloween today, yeah, it is when you get it, it's Halloween today, and let's do something for this. So I thought, Hide, because it's one of the scariest episodes in Doctor Who, and I've only seen it once prior to watching this again, and I've never really thought much about it. It is a very forgettable episode. You never see anyone talking about it, much like a lot of the episodes in Series 7, to be honest. But this one especially really stands out to me as being one of the most not talked about episodes, forgettable episodes of Doctor Who. So yeah, you may have noticed that I've got a microphone now. Yeah, we've gone high tech. I know it's amazing. But yeah, hopefully this sounds a bit better because I'm famous for having very bad audio quality. So yeah, let's get into this by talking about the main characters, Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman, as she is credited for Series 7 Part B. In Series 8 and 9, she's credited as Jenna Coleman. So in this, yeah. So Matt Smith is the 11th Doctor. Very, very good in this episode. He seems to be having a lot of fun here. He's, very fun, very he's very, very good. Matt Smith's always great, but in Series 7, Part A, really, Matt Smith's not amazing as the 11th Doctor. In 7 Part B, he really does pick it back up again, and he is his Series 6 self. And in this episode, he has great dynamic with Clara Oswald. That's really there in this episode. This is where it starts, and yeah, I like Clara as well in this episode. I mean, she's not amazing. I've never really loved Clara, but in this one, she is pretty good. The side characters for this episode are also pretty good. I can't really remember the names, to be honest, but you've got that Scottish bloke, who's pretty good, and you've got the other one, the girl, who's also very, very good. The girl, especially, I thought was very, very interesting. The one who turned out to be the ghost, the historical person, but I don't know who she was, but she was not the best character at all. I thought she was very forgettable. I've forgotten what she's called, and I've literally just watched it. Hillary. No, it's not that, but it begins with a H. She was just boring. She's not a very good character at all. She comes into it well over halfway through and doesn't do anything. She barely gets any lines, and she's supposed to be the big important thing about the episode, and she does nothing at all. So yeah, she was a bit meh for me. The cold open was brilliant, because it's a cold open that doesn't reveal too much about the episode. It keeps us guessing. It kind of gives us a perspective of what the episode is going to be like. It's going to be a bit of a haunted house sort of episode. We're going to get that vibe from it. And yeah, that I like that, but it doesn't tell us exactly what is going on, and that is exactly what a cold open should do, in my opinion. And this is an episode where the first half is really, really good, and the second half not so good. We're gonna get onto that now. So, in the first half, we had really good horror kind of thing going on here, and it's something that Doctor Who doesn't do very often. I mean, like haunted houses and stuff. It's something that you can only really do once, and then that's it, because there's not really much you can do with a haunted house, apart from having a ghost. Haunting of Villa Diodati did it in this past series, and in my opinion, that did it better than this. But yeah, Haunting of Villa Diodati, it's similar to this one, but it's not exactly the same. So yeah, the first half of this episode much better than the second half. The second half, the camera work was very poor. You could barely see what was going on in the running scenes, where the Crooked Man, I think it's called, is chasing the Doctor in that forest pocket universe, whatever they call it. The camera work is awful. You cannot see it. It's jiggling all over the place. In some places, it's too dark. You cannot you're going like this, just trying to see what's actually going on. Yeah, the camera work in those scenes were not the best. The TARDIS flying through the vortex. We get a couple of glimpses at when the TARDIS is going through the actual vortex and what it looks like in the opening titles to Series 7 Part B. Now, I like the opening titles to Series 7 Part B. I think they are very unique, very odd, very weird. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, perfectly fine, but I quite like them. However, when they use it in the episode itself, what? It just looks dead odd. And also, since when has Clara been able to fly the TARDIS? Like, what? I didn't. I was very annoyed at that. And the thing also has big CGI issues, mainly with the Crooked Man. Yeah, the thing was odd. This whole episode is an odd one. It does have a few pacing issues, mainly towards the end. First part is slower paced, but it's interesting. Second part is slower paced, but it's not. And the second part's probably a bit more fast paced than the first part, but the first part is more interesting. That just tells you what a Haunted House episode can do. So yes, on the whole, on the most part, it's not great. It's not bad. The second part pretty bad, but the first half is good. The first half is really, really good, actually. The first half is like 7 out of 10, maybe even 8. The last half is about a 4. So I'm going to give it a 5 because the last half is the thing that really... That's the thing that leaves the impact on you. So I have to drop it down to a 5 out of 10, because there are issues in the first half. But the characters are really good, and this episode the acting is great. It's just CGI issues and odd things that they have going on in this episode that I just do not work at all. So I'm not including this in my weekly reviews series because, I say weekly reviews, they're not weekly reviews. I'm gonna have to change the name of the playlist. So I'm not actually including this in my modern series reviews because this isn't part of the series. This is just a one-off episode review. I might add it into my ranking. I don't know, but if I was gonna add it into my ranking, it would be definitely in the lower half. I don't know. Do you want me to put it into the playlist? Do you want me? I may as well. I'll put it in the ranking. I'll put it in the description below because I've forgotten what my ranking is and I haven't got my laptop with me, so I can't have a quick look. Yeah, but I imagine it's gonna be in the lower half. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Drop something down in the comments below. I'll be really excited to hear. Like the video if you enjoyed.